The following video was produced and streamed live by Absolute Live Productions.
I'd like to thank the LAA Board of Directors, Dr. Richard Zapanta, Dr. David Lizarraga, all of you who are here present tonight, Mina Martinez, Dr. Lupe Simpson, Chris Alvarado, Gary, all of you have supported me, and I know that the LA staff, of course, I don't see Leticia, Vivian, Dolores, Dominica, where are you guys? You've always supported us. Thank you for that. This time last year, I wouldn't have imagined receiving such a prestigious award or even graduating from USC with an aerospace engineering degree. Have you ever felt something so deep? Have you ever been deeply invested in something only to have it abruptly taken from you, to lose authority under someone else's? In March of last year, my visa was canceled, and my internship with Eaton Corporation and my degree with USC were both in jeopardy. Both organizations were requesting information from me regarding my legal status, and all I could do was stall them. And I stayed strong by living in the moment and knowing we have luxuries at hand. I continued to perform in class, to spearhead the Society of Hispanic Professional Engineer leadership workshops. I volunteered with MESA and tutored high school students. I continued to train martial arts, and I didn't even break up with my girlfriend. She's right over there. You know, it's not the first time that an obstacle has come between me and the American dream. But this time, this obstacle was close to getting me deported. I was facing deportation. And I think I need to take you back. I came to Wisconsin when I was 7. And up until middle school, my mother, she journeyed to Mexico to renew our visas on biannual trips. And when my father was incarcerated, those trips ended, and we both became undocumented immigrants. And despite these negative external incidents, it was at this time when I truly felt challenged, when something inside me changed. It drove me, and I increased my focus in scholastic endeavors. My mom and my sister, who are here with me today, they both supported me. They thought out of the box. They even considered having me adopted by someone else to get mis papeles. Seriously. And as an undocumented immigrant in my senior year of high school, I still had hope. I was motivated, and in combination with my family as a backbone, I generated concrete results. Because hope is empty. It's what hope creates that generates change. I meticulously followed each step my counselors gave me, resulting in an impressive USC acceptance letter. But, and I know you know, a horrible, huge financial expenditure. It's crazy expensive to get in here. I mean, we couldn't afford a home. How was I gonna pay for this private education, live in LA? There was only one way. I had to resolve my legal status. And after multiple applications, a new lawyer discovered a domestic violence report filed by my mother years ago. And it's because of the Violence Against Women Act that we could both, my mother and I, get a Social Security card and a visa, and we could stay here. However, there was one condition. We couldn't leave the country. We could not leave the US for 4 years. And I was okay with that. My friends are here, but my mother, I sympathize with her because she couldn't visit her family just to give me a first generation college student experience. And thankfully, my Social Security card came just in time to convince the university that I deserved a financial aid package. So when the time came to depart Wisconsin, I found myself in the doorway to my small mobile home with my bags in one hand, and I had my backpack strapped around my shoulders, my plane ticket in the other. And I looked at my mom one last time, and she said back to me through watery eyes, "Mijo, mejor regresamos a México. Te puedo comprar unas gallinas y unos borregos." She wanted us to return to Mexico, to keep our family together. But this was a sacrifice that had to be made. And she didn't say this out of malice. She didn't know. How was I supposed to imagine the incredible opportunities available in higher education? The breadth of knowledge that USC introduced me to. It's brought me to space propulsion maneuvers, professional etiquette, global politics, and Russian literature. I've designed my own spacecraft, my own commercial airplane, traveled all across the nation to conferences, conversed with executives from Fortune 500 companies. I have the honor of being selected as an Order of the Torch member to lead our predecessors in the Emerging Leaders Program. I went from this feverish, naive little boy to a man capable of social change, and for that, I am eternally grateful for an opportunity many cannot fathom. So there I was, a year to go, one more year to go, and my visa expires like a carton of milk. It's done, and I'm back to where I started. I'm an undocumented immigrant once more, but this time, I'm an undocumented immigrant at USC. So I figured I've spent so many sleepless nights at the Center for Engineering Diversity that it was only fitting that there is where I contemplate what my life would be like if I returned to Mexico. And my brother, he's a mechanic. It's a family trade. I could do that. I could get back on my feet. But I couldn't shake this feeling that there was something greater for me, that as the youngest of a family, I had to achieve more. And amongst my 5 siblings, only 2 have graduated from high school. And I thought I failed them. And that's when my sister Maria called. And again, I was in Ronald Tudor Hall, so Sprint has terrible service in there. It's breaking up, and I'm thinking, what is she even trying to say to me? And everyone's over there looking at me like I'm crazy, but they didn't understand. They didn't get it. I get to stay here now. I get to finish what I started. My green card had just arrived. And that summer, I ended up designing transmissions over in Indiana rather than fixing them in El Rancho. But I have to ask myself, how am I different? Why was my fate altered? And I truly believe it's because I have a loving family. I aspire to be like each and every one of my role models. Yesenia, she is the most faithful. Lorenzo, skillful. Samuel, scholarly. Maria, courageous. And Susie, ambitious. The 5 traits of a Trojan exemplified in me are those of mis hermanos. And the unwavering support of mi madre, that is my willpower. Mamá, póngase de pie, por favor. Este reconocimiento es para usted. Our community poised with an undeniable potential will make one faithful choice to hinder the momentum of progress or to drive it. This organization, it has rippling effects within our social construct. I am but a single individual blessed with the LAA familia. Without your help, students arrive the way I did, without a home. And in that environment, we forget about our inspirations. We deny this innate, pure motivation and regret our default inclinations. But you can be the change. Embrace the family, the support, the hope that LAA offers to fortify our leaders in a future we can all rejoice in. I want you all to think about what makes you happy. Right now, all of you, just think about what makes you happy. Is it your job? Your family, your community? You know what made me happy? Simply to know that I could continue learning. And all of you present here supported me. Thank you.